One of the most unexpected joys of living abroad is how much it changes the way you see the world.
And not just in big ways, like language or lifestyle, but in the little things too, like how and what people celebrate.
For us, Easter in Mexico is a perfect example. It's a whole season filled with rituals, emotions, history, and a lot of local flavor.
And today we want to share two of our favorite Easter traditions that we captured here in San Miguel. But first, let's talk about how Easter actually unfolds here, because it's so much more than just Holy Week.
We've lived in Mexico here in San Miguel de Allende for more than 16 years now, running our boutique inn. So we've been lucky to experience these traditions not just as observers, but as part of the community.
And every year around Easter, our guests are just blown away by how much is happening right outside of our doors. We still get excited too.
The build-up to Easter starts weeks before Palm Sunday. Here's just a taste of what happens leading up to the big week.
First, there's El Señor de la Columna, or the Lord of the Column. It's a night pilgrimage. It's incredibly moving, and we'll show you that in just a moment.
Then you've got Viernes de Dolores, Our Lady of Sorrows Friday. Families and communities set up altars, sometimes small, sometimes elaborate, with flowers, candles, and purple decorations to honor the Virgin Mary's suffering.
And in the middle of it all, you might also see processions, reenactments, and even little pop-up fairs. It's a whole rhythm of life that starts to shift as Easter gets closer.
So let's start with El Señor de la Columna. It's one of the most powerful and peaceful events we've ever witnessed here.
Thousands of people walk through the night from the sanctuary in Atotonilco into the heart of San Miguel, following the statue of Christ.
Some, though not many, walk barefoot. Some carried candles. There's music, silence, prayers, and this sense of shared devotion that really stays with you.
Here's a glimpse of the event from a couple of years back.
Good morning from San Miguel de Allende, Mexico. Today I'm flying solo. Antonieta is back home with the guests at breakfast. I'm down here near the Templo de San Juan de Dios in San Miguel de Allende, where the yearly arrival of the shrine Señor de la Columna has just occurred. It happens really early in the morning. Last night, people start gathering in the streets, creating these amazing tapestries made out of sawdust and flower petals. And all night long, they spend making these creations that are completed just before the arrival of the shrine, which is brought over by foot from Atotonilco, and it arrives in San Miguel right around 7 in the morning. This is a tradition that's been going on ever since 1823, I believe, early 1800s. But it seems like everyone finished it on time, because when I arrived, it was all completed and the shrine was on its way, inching ever so slowly towards the church of San Juan de Dios. You have to come check this out. Go to sleep early the night before, wake up super early in the morning, get out here. Highly recommend it if you want to learn about the traditions of San Miguel. Alright, so another cool tradition related to the season is the preparation of these things here. These are taquitos de piloncillo. They only do these during this time of year, and they're basically little tacos filled with raw sugar. Piloncillo usually comes in the form of cones. It's just the rawest form of sugar that you can get. They mash it up, grind it up, and fill up these little pockets with sugar, deep fry them, and that's it. So let's try one. Tastes just like you would imagine. A sugary deep fried tortilla, really good. I ordered 10 pesos worth. They ask you, how much do you want? And you say, give me 10 pesos. And so in this case, turns out 10 pesos is 4 of these. So for 50 cents, you get 4 of these little sugary dumplings. Delish. And just like that, I mean, it hasn't even been 2 hours. The cleaning crew came by and swept up all of the sawdust and flowers, and the street is open to traffic again.
I remember the first time that I saw it, I felt this wave of emotion, not just because of the religious aspect of it, but because everyone around me was so connected to their faith, to each other, to something much bigger. One of the things we love is seeing how our guests react to this procession when they visit during this time of year. A lot of them say it's one of the most memorable parts of their trip.
It's not something you plan a vacation around until you see it, and then you never forget it.
Now let's switch gears, because not all Easter traditions in Mexico are solemn.
Nope. Enter the burning of Judases. It's wild, it's loud, and it's honestly kind of cathartic.
On Easter Sunday, huge papier-mâché figures called Judases are strung up and blown up with fireworks. Think political satire meets community celebration.
Sometimes they're shaped like corrupt politicians, sometimes cartoon villains. It's a kind of symbolic cleansing, and it's also just a really fun spectacle to go watch.
I think it's one of those unique things that I don't think they do all over Mexico.
There are some places,
There are some places, but it's not done all over Mexico. It's not just done everywhere. And it's not done all over the world either.
No, it's very Mexican.
It's very Mexican. So it's one of those unique experiences that you just have to see once in your life. And people just start to gather. It happens every Easter Sunday at 11.
11 or 12? I think
can't
11.
remember. I think it's 11. And so people start gathering before 11 to get a good spot. And it's a lot of excitement to see them spinning, and then they explode. You'll see videos, and then everyone, they start applauding. It's a lot of fun. It's something you need to do once in your life at least.
Today is Easter Sunday. Right now we're headed to the burning of the Judas. This is a tradition that's been going on for many, many years in San Miguel. The burning of the Judas started originally in Spain. It was brought over to Mexico, and it occurs in different parts of the country. Judas, according to the Bible, is the disciple that betrayed Jesus right before he was crucified. And the tradition here is these figures are made out of recycled paper, flour, water. Originally they were made to represent Judas. They're hung and burned in the form of fireworks. And then over the years it evolved into not just burning Judas, but different figures, some political, some unsavory characters that people would just want to represent and burn as well. The reason they explode these figures is to cleanse. So you're washing away all the negativity. You're burning the negativity to bring positive vibes. Started with Judas, and now it's anything unsavory. We've seen Donald Trump in the past. It'll be interesting to see what's going on this year. Okay, I'm approaching the pedestrian section, and it looks like they've already hung a bunch of dolls. We're about to start exploding these guys in about 20 minutes. I'm gonna try to get as close as I can.
You got two arms.
Cool. And just like that, the burning of the Judas is over.
I was biting my lip. Do it again. Do it again. I wasn't paying attention.
I'm putting that on the bloopers. And just like that, the burning of the Judases 2022 comes to a close just as quickly as it started.
It was a lot of fun. People really enjoy seeing things explode. And I'm one of those people.
I was smart though. I had my earplugs in. I was right in the front, recording the action. No problems with me.
I was off to the side in another place that I had a really good view. And the actual exploding part is super loud. You feel it in your chest. It vibrates. It's so intense.
It was so hot today. I think it's got to be in the 90s right now.
It's 84 degrees.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, it feels hotter. I guess because of the stone we're on. But we were in the sun. There's no shade. That's one thing about this event here in San Miguel is that you're out in the sun. There's other parts of Mexico that do it at sunset, but here it's at noon sharp, and you got to bear the weather. But it's worth it. It's a lot of fun.
It's worth it. You got to do it at least once. If you come to San Miguel de Allende during Easter week, this is one of the highlights of the week for sure.
You got to give it up for the cleaning crew. Not 10 minutes after it's done, the streets are completely clean. Not a sign of any exploding Judases. Good job, guys.
We wanted to share these two very different traditions because they show just how rich life can be when you live in a new country.
It's not just about cheaper rent or better weather. It's about seeing life through a cultural lens and being reminded that there are so many beautiful ways to live.
It makes your world bigger, and honestly, it makes you more curious, more humble, and more connected.
We feel incredibly lucky to call this place home and to be able to share it with our guests at our B&B here.
So if you ever find yourself in San Miguel, we'd love to say hi and maybe even point you to the best seat in town for the burning of the Judases.
And if you're thinking about moving abroad or just want a deeper connection with the places you visit, traditions like these are a big part of what makes it all worth it.
We'll be sharing more videos like this one, personal stories, cultural deep dives, and practical tips for living abroad. So hit that subscribe button if that's your thing.
And tell us in the comments, have you ever witnessed a tradition in another country that really stuck with you?
Thanks for watching, everyone. Felices Pascuas. Happy Easter, wherever you are. Bye.